Okay. Okay, so let's start now. So this, like I was saying, this is the same topic, but we are handling it and adding some spice to it. Okay, you driving high performance in our schools. That's a zero positive energy. I think maybe the topic actually is itself is driving high performance in our schools. But I said just approach it from this angle. You already know my name, Mulara Nwabueze, or in full, Iyabodo Mulara Nwabueze, that's the name. And I'm the chairwoman of the LSB, that's local school board, as you know. So we're going to be taking this topic, like I said. I hope you are hearing me and we are following. Okay, good. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is to first of all ask ourselves, what is performance? Now, I simply said the last time, I said it's just the act of accomplishing a task. You set a task for yourself and you went for it. You targeted it and then you're able to accomplish it. That's when you have, maybe what we want to call the good performance. Because again, performance could also be negative or could be positive. So, but let's look at it from the angle that it is just a positive one. And this is what, when you see the arrow I use at the beginning to indicate in the, what's it called? In the topic slide, you see that the title slide rather, you see I use an arrow like you have in most times when you are, if you are familiar with what was it called now? The stock exchange. So you have the arrow that maybe is going up and indicating there's performance and there's a movement of the stock, or they call it, maybe you call it when it is bullish, when it's bearish. So that's stock market talk. So when it is bullish, of course, it is positive. When it's bearish, that means the market is down. So, but we are talking about your performance as teachers today. So it is the execution of a plan. So I added these other ones. It's the execution of the plan. It's fulfillment of a promise or assignment. The implementation of a program. That means you see the first one is that you actually executed. You see means you did it. Fulfillment of a promise or an assignment, that means you performed it. Or that's implementation of the program. Now it is essentially about being efficient and effective. You can be efficient, you may not be effective. I don't know. That one is semantics. If you start going to that one as an English teacher, we will not live here today. But essentially, you can find that out. When you talk about being efficient, that means that you said, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. Then we're able to do it. But being effective is that you actually are able to make impact. So that is this, and all these other additional things are actually adapted from the Merriam-Webster dictionary online. So I see the picture here. Of course, this picture was I was serious with my French my French lessons, but now I've been so busy since December. Now every day Duolingo have been begging me to come back, but I will still come back and finish. I actually went very high, but I had a lot of activity in December, so it's actually when I went for the marking exercise, I think by the end of November, I think that was actually what threw me off. I was so busy I couldn't go back to it again. The rest of January will be better for me. So, but what am I saying is that in this one, when I set myself to any of the assignments, I try to do it and get it as done. So when you try to get what you are given to do done, that's when you show that you're performing. Now let's look at the second part of it. Talk about energy. So when the energy, so it connotes push and pull. When you talk of push and pull, of course, that's about kinetics, that's about movement. So push and pull, either the energy, if it is of course positive, it may only push. When it is when it's also negative, you may also have the other side of it. So now I saw it. So when you talk about energy, it's applying force. You are talking about force. You are talking about movement. You are talking about moving forward or moving backward. So in that case, what kind of energy can get you to move forward? What kind of energy can make you to move backward? So let's look at it. How does energy give room to performance? How does energy help you to perform? When we talk about whether it is positive or negative, then you now look at, so you have the energy. How does it drive performance? How does it help you to achieve? We have said when you accomplish, because if you are saying you are an accomplished teacher, that means that you are being a teacher that work. If you look at that man's movies, there was one he did that I watched recently, where the woman was always helping her students. And then you see, the thing is that one day the husband was just, all the one you have been helping, this, all this thing, what has it gone to? We have become broke. We have become now we are going to be homeless, because I think that whether their mortgage or whatever was due, they could not pay. And then she still went to school. She was still helping teacher. The husband was so angry, he walks away. I said, all this what you are doing, we are not getting anything out of it. But she just said that she cannot just look at a student that maybe the student doesn't have pencil, doesn't have pen, the student doesn't have maybe paper, or the student is actually lagging behind in class. She will just go out of it. She will be doing extra lessons without getting paid for it. I don't know how many of us can do that. But you see, the thing is that this is what is driving, this is what is making her to perform. And all our students are doing very well. And by the time you look at the end of the video, what do you see? You saw that these students, when they heard about her challenge, they called one another. They were able, every single one of them had been here, and they just reminded, you remember did this. She said she cannot remember. You did this, you did this. And all of them came together and were able to pay for that mortgage and give her money. And they also had to apologize. Say, I thought you were wasting your time all this while. But then these students, they remembered all that she did. So when you are using energy, if it is positive, because you still have a teacher that is the father of the child went to school because she was suppressing that child. And the father and the teacher was running away because the father came and said, what did my child do to you? I was telling somebody that story recently. The teachers that taught me in primary that beat me so much mercilessly because I was always distracted. I was sitting by the window, I was always distracted, and she was just beating me and beating me. When I got home, I didn't even count it at hand. But my mother just saw my body. I don't know that you know how to, in those days, very long cane. That she would just do one like this on my head, and I would still look out of the window. Primary one, for God's sake. So when I got to my mother said, what happened to you? I didn't know what to say. But that was actually, they had to go to the school the following day and say, what will the child do to this point? That was negative energy. And that is just it. Because if you have been something like this, okay, if the child is looking out the window, move the child from there. That is probably what distracted the child. And really, that was what the problem was. If every time I heard the sound of I would look at her, and the only answer she asked was to beat. So that's it. So is what kind of energy can drive your performance is, of course, when it is being used positively. So translate energy to positive results. They must be positive. The energy must be positive. And this is what I've just said. It only translates to performance then. And performance then gives positive results. We're going to look at how these things are related to people, the results you have as a teacher. So you cannot just say that you are teaching children, then you yourself you would not know that, okay, these are children. These are children, and it's very important, even as parents, do we remember that these people are bringing up their children, and then we let them to be children. So how God enables your energy for good results. Now, this is a Christian school. So however, all these are possible with God's grace. It's only God's grace that can help you to get the result. It's not how much you knew. I was giving you an example of that myself. Okay, like the lady now. Of course, if she's somebody else, as she even has to challenge herself, it's enough for her to begin to say, okay, all that I've done for these children, and she sounds negative, but she still did not. Even in that challenge, she still went to school and was still giving the little money she had to a child that was hungry. And then they also think you also have, like I gave you an example, except God makes you to understand. The person that was beating me that time I was in primary one, today I think after that my first term that she did all those things, I don't know what happened again. I whether she was removed from the class, So if she never will know that, oh, this person you are beating is a potential professor. All she was saying was just this child that is not hearing words. Just looking at it, what is it that I can do to help this child? And of course, like I said, it's a very simple thing. It's just to move that child from the window. If there's no place to be distracted, the child will face the board. So that is just the thing that is there. Like I was telling the HM also, we're talking about even some part of the school, that we're just looking at the potential damage it could do to the child. That has been a difficult thing. You are where you're a teacher in the new building. There are parts we could not put children because of that. So God's grace is what gives you the wisdom. His help is what help you to know that okay, these are the time I should apply this or that. Then his directions is what helps you to know the right thing to do at the right time. It helps you to know. And then, of course, your prayers, and then our own dependency on him. Because if you don't have dependency, if you are not dependent on him, even these other things cannot work. They cannot work because you can only, if you don't pray by faith, then how do you expect answers? Of course, you cannot have answers. If you don't allow yourself to be led, then how do you know the time, oh, this child, because you see, if you have the sensitivity, you can know when a child actually needs help. I've told you the story before of a child that I was teaching, and every morning I would pray. I said, God, I don't want to beat this boy, but he must do something for me to beat him. But I had to just stand my ground as a teacher to make sure that the right thing was done. Anyway, no, not really beating him. I'm not beating them. I'm ask him to go to the front of the class and raise up his hand. You know, so that was just that what it was. Until I had said prayer and God started giving me the idea of what to do. And then God taught me what to do, and I was able to get it. And I also give me an example of a child that was like a dummy in the class. But God just gave me the wisdom of what to do. And that child came out of himself because he's not an academic person, but he's an artist. And I was able to let him know this is also good, this is who you are, that you can maximize this. And that is just the way it is as a teacher. So being a teacher, let us know that it is a privilege. Let us know that it is for accomplishment. It is not for you to just be named like that. Let us also know that it is for results. It's for you to have results. Being a teacher doesn't mean that you just come and collect your salary. I want to tell us, if what we are being paid as teacher in KHMS is what we think is the world, then we are not even begun, because sincerely, that is what some people used to give just a girlfriend. That's a girlfriend for just night, just go and do shopping. I remember during this cashless policy in the early 2023, when that cash crunch was on. I remember I was in a supermarket, and then a lady came, bought things, and she bought things at something thousand. And then she was not calling, of course, she didn't have cash. Definitely nobody could do transfer, nobody could do cash. Even the little cash, I think somebody got for me that was why I had to spend a part of it in the supermarket. I didn't find it funny. But then this lady was not calling, and they were not trying to find how to raise money for her to pay. Because I think she called the boyfriend and said, I'm trying to transfer, I could not, and I don't have enough cash. What do we do? And none of that. You know, so what am I saying? Some of what you receive as salary is just that. Somebody use it for shopping. It may not even be the only shopping she will do for the week. So you just see that it is not because of the money. It is because of that accomplishment. So that is that. So just understand that being a teacher is just that God put you in this place at this time to do this. Now, how do you remain positive? That really positive is key, and that is that joy. And like I just told you now, it is not about the money. It is about the impact. And that means that joy is not dependent on what is happening. It's not dependent on the salary you are earning. It is dependent on that inner connection that you have with God. And that is what gives you the energy to go on. I gave the example of that woman. Even that day, they were giving her quick notice that they are going to foreclose her house. A child still needed money. The little one that was there, she still gave it to that child to go and eat. Hearing noise. Can we go on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. So please let's only talk when we need to talk, so that we can do this. So that is very important, that remaining positive is key, because if your vibes, your energy is negative, even the children, you will see them crying, you will see them unruly in your class. Children are very sensitive. I know we know that. Children are very sensitive, and when they cannot see that love in you, we will see them. I've given you also this example once, that when I was teaching in primary 3, and when I was about to leave, I left to go and do another job. But the day I want to tell them goodbye, you could see the teacher that took over from me was having problem with them. And I had to ask her, are you beating them? He said, yes, that they are very unruly children. And I said, they are not. So, but I've told them that they are not good. So if anybody is beating them, then That's why they are not cooperating with you, because they have been told they are not goats. So if you are beating them, of course, they will react. So, but when your energy is positive, you see, they will also react with the positive energy, smiling, hugging. I get impressed by your H teacher, because at the time when we go, the way these children run to her and hug her, and I think it's just the vibe she's giving them. So that is it, and it's not being trying to be personal, but at least I've observed that a few times. I've gone around and all of that. So that is very key for a lot of us as teachers. You see, if I say one thing, if you're not happy about your job, you can leave. But then if you think you decide to stay, then do it with joy, as unto God. And that's how God can also open another door for you. So let joy be there as the foundation of all that we are doing. Now, how to improve performance? Now, you as managers, you must lead by example. If you say people should not come late, then you don't go late to work. If for you to give anybody query, that means you yourself, you are making sure you are not deserving of that query. So you must be above board. You must not show favoritism to any staff member or pupils. Don't say because this person is my relative or even your child, then you start treating that person differently. It is important that you let everybody know. I always tell people, when I was director of Benin, and I was wondering, why did I not have problem? Because somebody was saying, I did this, that you will see, you will have problem with students. And I would just ask myself, how come I didn't have problem with students? Because one thing is this, I never allowed anybody to feel that because I know you, then that's why I'm doing this. Everybody was on, for me, the same level playing ground. And because of that, everybody know that they have access to me. Everybody knew that, okay, if I punish them for something, I apply it to everybody. And because of that, I didn't have problem with them. Because I know it's important, you will lose control if you are showing favoritism to anybody. And then that will also dampen the spirit of those that are hardworking. So this is very key. As managers, as people that are the managerial level in the school, we must show, we must be fair to everybody. Then we must also ourselves be able to be, the things we do, it should be positive. I remember there was a case I had, I think was it the school nurse. She was telling me some things. And I had to tell her, I said, this thing you are telling me, these things are not true. They are not true. Because she was, and I knew, we about to have a proverb that you don't judge a matter against yourself. When you speak now, you speak what will favor you, not against yourself. And I knew that what she was doing. So, but we have to use wisdom and God's direction to handle those matters. I think the matter solved themselves now. So, and that is just the way it is. So the only way you can make sure that the performance of your staff is improved, that you yourself, you must be lead by example. This is key. Then we as teacher, you cannot be an island to yourself. You cannot say you know it all. Yes, you have BEd or NC or whatever you have. Good for you. But that doesn't mean you know everything. So work with parents to get the best out of the pupils. You have to work with your parents. You have to work with them. You cannot say, I know it all. And then you cannot take correction. You cannot be talked to. Because the parents of these children, they know them. It doesn't mean they're always right. It doesn't mean they know everything about it. I've told you also the example of a parent. I was just thinking, because the child used swear words in the class, I was just thinking how to get hold of her and tell the woman. But she came and said, don't come and quarrel. Her child is there, her child is there. And by the time I finished telling her, she was the one who started crying. And I asked her, what job did you say? She's a cashier in the, what do they call them now? All those people that give money in the bank. I think is it cashier or teller or whatever they call them. And that she closes maybe 5, 6 in there. And I say, by the time you come to your senses, you would have lost the child. Because you are losing the formative years. She was there crying. So let the parents know. If you need to bring parents to a child's issue, let them know. Talk to them. Do not overload the pupils. Because I know when we have the PTF meeting, that's one of the things they complain about. They are children. Let them be children. This is their youth. They cannot be children tomorrow. It is now they can be children. Let them be children. So don't overload them because you want to impress somebody. Anyway, that is where I thought. Because I just felt that it's better those children can be themselves and enjoy their childhood than to just trying to be saying that there's one thing that you must meet up with another. No, let them be children. When they are tired, let them rest. When you are giving them assignment in the house to this, don't load them the one that you don't know. You now send it to their parents to go and be doing it. And like some of them used to complain in the chat room, why would they now have to start going to school when they are paid you to teach their children? They should be able to be at home to play with those children. Yes, you give them 1 or 2 assignments, let them do that. So much more ensure that you show them. So ensure that you are a good example to the children. That is key. Ensure that you are a good example to them, because it is what you tell the children that they know. Because once they, I think that there was yesterday, I don't someone something on was it on Twitter or okay now X or so, I can't remember where. But that child was facing television and was dancing all the Michael Jackson's Thriller dance. Nobody, I don't know who was filming the child, but that child was doing what he was seeing on the telly. I used to tell people now, like my first grandchild now, he speaks like an American. I have to tell him that, where did he learn this one? He said it is from cartoon. That boy speaks like as if he had not been out of the country, but he speaks as if he was born abroad, just picking it up from cartoon. And that is just the way it is. So we as teachers have to be good examples. You don't know they are watching you. And so this is very, very important. And the results of improved performance, what are the possible results? Improved delivery by staff members on their job. So if you as a leader, you are showing good example, you will see that your staff member will be encouraged. They will see themselves that, oh, that's my HM must succeed, my teacher must succeed. Then you have better student results. And also, you also give them more motivation to succeed. I'm sorry about the mechanics of this, but that is it. But you also have what you call better teamwork, because the teamwork makes the dream to work. It is teamwork that makes the dream to work. You may have a vision, but if you don't have a team, you may not be able to accomplish that vision. And that is just so. These are these are just some simple things that you have that you can when you have. Okay, this one should not be continued, please. This one is just the result of improved performance. So that is just it. So this is very, very key. Now, what is my conclusion here? No, let's know that only God gives the enablement. I think I'm still within my time also. Only God gives the enablement, but you have to be teachable. And I think this is where most of us have problem. We have to be teachable. You must be able to soak up knowledge. You must be able to go out of your way. I cannot say this enough. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. Then go after knowledge. I should pray for grace for accomplishment. You must go after knowledge, but you also are going to be praying for grace for accomplishment, because it is God that gives the enablement, like we said before. Even you will become a surprise to yourself. So as you're praying for grace for accomplishment, you yourself will become a surprise to yourself. You'll be wondering. I tell people, I say when I look at my thesis, my PhD thesis many times, I will just ask myself, am I sure I'm the one that wrote this thing? Am I sure? What was I thinking? But because it was based on prayers, and God gave the grace, and then we got the PhD. The PhD now, the thesis was not only written well, but it also got a prize. And even me, I can't wonder till today. Because I didn't set out to do all those things. I was just depending totally upon the Lord, and God made it possible. So this is the very, very key. So thank you for listening. I expect now if you have questions, we can ask them now. So thank you. Are we still there? Hello? Are we there? You are muted though. You are muted. Do you have questions? Or you need clarification? Can we see your faces when you ask questions? All these people that are...
We can hear you.
Now you can hear me, I'm done. I want to ask if people have questions.
Somebody has a question, ma'am.
Okay, so ask away, please.
Come and stand there so that she can see you.
Mr. Emmanuel. Hello, ma'am.
Okay, yeah.
Please, from the beginning, you made mention of positive performance and performance. And I simply couldn't understand you didn't differentiate between the positive and the negative performance.
Okay. Yeah, because I was actually focusing more on the positive aspect. Now, if you are failing, you are still performing, but you are performing negatively. You will not have impact that's positive that will advance people. What you are likely to have is that you may be depressed. I gave you the example. I said, okay, if your managers, they are showing favoritism, they are doing something, is that not so? But what they're doing is they're going to affect people negatively. It's going to decrease morale, going to decrease the morale of the teachers or the staff members. So when you are doing things and you are not looking at it that, okay, what do you want to do? What impact do you want to make? If what you want to make is impact, then what you will do likely is that you want to do things that will make people to want to achieve and to move forward. But if what you want to do also is this, let's look at it from the example. Let me give this example of Judas Iscariot and the other apostles. Now, Judas Iscariot accomplished the task of betraying Jesus. Is that not so? But today, he's not counted among the apostles. He was born for that, but then it was negative. So what happened? His performance, his task was accomplished, but then what did he yield him? He yield him early death. Whereas the other people are now, they became people of positive impact that even had influence beyond their original place of abode in Jerusalem. So, and that's I don't know whether that gives you the example of what is negative and what is positive in performance.
Okay, ma'am. I also have this question.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm
so
listening.
As a teacher, when you discover,
Okay.
when you discover that you have deficiency in your earlier effort, so as a teacher, how can you enhance positive performance in that regard?
Okay, so you have shortcoming in what? In your field of study or in the activities in your class?
Yes.
Yes, so which one?
Most especially in the aspect of students, when you notice that children are not actually assimilating what has been taught.
Okay.
So how can you enhance positive performance in that aspect?
Okay, they're already assimilating. Did I get you correctly? They're already assimilating, but you want to see improve their ability to assimilate.
Yes.
Okay. Now you see, there's something also you call you don't change the name. If what you think the strategy you are using is working, I think it's for you to be more creative and probably to do more of it, increase the frequency of that thing you are doing. I think that is the what you do. But like I told you, you see, at times in the name of trying to improve performance, we forget these are children. Even teenagers, they are still children. You see, I was talking about my husband sent somebody yesterday. We were talking about somebody that has for my sis, and I've seen two of them. But because there are people that are exposed to novel reading, you know, they are very good. And I told him, I said, yes, because I also was reading a lot of books. When I was doing my job, I always get A in my English. Not because anybody started doing that and started teaching me, when you see phrasal verb, this is what it means, this is what goes with it. I just knew them from reading. I just knew the right way to. So if you really want to get your children to do better, I think what many of us fail as Nigerians is that we don't encourage our children to read. Improve them by reading. Let them be reading. Expose them to reading. Children pick this up. My parents are not too educated, but I don't know how I got into reading since before I even entered primary 1. I read all my brother's own primary 2 books. I read all his books. So encourage them. So I think creating a culture of reading in them will make them better human beings and better citizens. And it can even affect other things in their performance. So, but overloading them with assignments will not do that. It will take away their childhood. That's what it will do. Make them to be living, also be living for school. And that is not good. But let them learn with fun. And I'm not talking about cartoon. Even my grandchildren, I'm tired. All these I don't really know what they will become tomorrow. But I can tell you one, every child you fed on books, they will become very cultured people. I can assure you of that. Because that's one thing that the Westerners have above us. You see them, their libraries are functional. You see children go to library. You see adults still borrow with gray hair. They'll still be going to library to borrow books. But what much of that are we doing? Are we having active library in our schools? So if you want to even improve on children that are already good, please teach them to read. Their books at their level. I remember there was a day my grandchildren kidnapped me here, and were telling me I should come and be reading story for them at night. And their mother was just saying, you know, get them that it is their father that does all these things. I had to start with, I read one, I said, you should go and sleep. Even when I was feeling sleepy, they were still forcing me to read because they were exposed to that. And this is what we should do. Even if parents are doing that or not, let us have books and encourage the children to read. I can assure you that without you doing much, they will be performing very well. I hope that answers your question, please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Another question.
Okay.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, ma.
Please, ma, I want to ask a question. Happy New Year, ma.
Same to you.
This aspect of reading, when a teacher is encouraging children to read, now how do we involve the parents too? Because when it comes to this reading habit, it's not only the teacher, the parents, how do we involve them? Because if you look at it, it's like the parents are just too busy. Sometimes children take assignment number 1 to 5, they can't even do it. So how do we encourage this parenting?
Okay, thank you. I think one of the things I said when I was doing my presentation was that you need to work with parents. It's very important. It's not only when there's problem. If you as a teacher, you have a vision, it's possible there's a bit yes. But it's also possible that you can have your own chat room with your own people. Every class I teach, I always have a chat room with them. Have it just for the parents, your parents in your class, and share your vision with them, and let them buy into that vision, and they'll work with you. They can work with you. So you too, the parent, you cannot have a chat room with the students, but you can have with their parents, and share your vision with them. Let them know what you have in mind, and you like them to please cooperate with you. That many of them will buy into it. They want their children to be very good, and they will cooperate with you. If you don't think you can do it, then like I said, we can have library in the school. We can have book club. The way we are having ballet club, we can also have book club. And the book club is such that you can give them prizes or whatever you do to encourage them to keep reading. It's something that's maybe not really competitive, but competitive enough. Like myself and my mates, my classmates, I used to read up to 3 novels in a day. I said my father was telling me, why do you read your book? My own style is that I must attend class. If I attend class, I don't need to read. I will pass my exams. But all my time after school, was made to read novels. That was the way it was for me. But if you share the vision, your vision with the parents, and you also let the children know, like I told you, these are my school 3 children I was teaching, and I helped them to know some things, and you'll be surprised the way they took it to heart. They took it to heart, and we're working together. We're a team. In that class, as small as the class, or as small as the way, we're a team. And so that was it. So you let them know why you want to do this. Let their parents know why you want to do this. Because when they finish reading the one you have bought in the class, they'll also be able to buy for them in the house. I knew there was a reverend wife because she was quarreling with the daughter. I said, I'm in the kitchen, you are reading. And I said, okay, I'll talk to her. She should not be doing that. But that don't discourage her from this reading. That if you discourage her and she uses it, to get back her back will be difficult. So I just have to talk to her. I say, oh yeah, Marion, if any time mommy is in the kitchen, go and help her. When you finish, once you finish all your job, she will not disturb you from doing your reading. I want me any book I could get, I give it to her. And that was that. While she was doing that, the younger sister too, Victoria, she too started following her and they were reading. So, but I had to step in because I know the way the mother was feeling so frustrated that I stopped her from reading. She said she was a teacher, but I just knew that if she didn't understand what this thing can do, but because I have gone through it, I understood a lot of what it can do. So share your vision with the parents, share your vision with those tiny children, and you'll be surprised that if all this thing will be working, you will be wondering, how come I didn't understand this before? So I know it's a winning strategy any day. Okay.
You mentioned something about the book club.
You said?
I think book club. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Hello, I'm hearing you.
You mentioned something about the book club.
Yeah.
Like, that reminds me, in my former place of work, we actually had something like this, book club. And for me having that, there's a library for the school. The children are permitted to go in there, pick a book, read and summarize. And there's a form, a tag. Then you fill at the end of it, at the end of the section, the 10, children are being given award for that. That encourages the parents a lot. I don't know if we can as well also introduce this 10. It will help our teaching.
Yeah, you can propose it, but I work with your HM. Me, I have no problem with that. I'm a teacher and I'm a bookworm. So if she brings out a proposal before the LSB, I'm sure I will support it. That if you need LSB to do that.
We didn't get the response.
You said? I said you should do a proposal to the HM. So if you don't need LSB to do it, then it's okay. But if you need LSB, you have my support. I will definitely, if she brings it to the LSB, definitely you have my support. If you must involve LSB for it. So, but if it's what you can organize within yourselves there, I mean, all well and good. You have my support. But it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea that should be encouraged. Okay. Do you still have any further questions?
Can you hear us, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you. When you say can you hear you, I heard that one.
Concerning the book club, we have something that we started. But then, well, the school doesn't have provision for a library yet. But we thought of maybe we should start off with the class library first, at least something. But then we reach out to the parents to help out with that, like supply books that the children can borrow in their classes now, class by class, not
like a balloon library.
But we've not had something like that, ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay. It's always
but we've not had any encouragement, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I guess I'm in their PTF forum, right? Or I talk to the PTF chairman. Maybe I'll talk to him. That is what we have. But like I say, it's always good to share your vision with people. If you share your vision, they understand why and how it will benefit them. They will likely key into it. But what if they just think that you wanted to use them? No, because like imagine telling parents that, okay, do something to encourage teachers, and all of them are talking, what is their business? I don't just know how people mind just work in such close, in a closet like that. You don't know that if you encourage your teachers, they will also treat your children better. I don't know why they cannot see the relationship. But what we do is that, okay, let me discuss with him. Please remind me when I come back. I'll discuss with him. If he say, okay, I can talk to them directly, I will talk to them directly. So that let us share the vision with them and see how it will benefit them. But please, you promise that you reduce the assignment because they are complaining a lot about the assignments. You reduce the assignment so that the children, so that they cannot be have to go back to primary school to be learning to teach children. so we just let them know that we want to use this.
Another thing I think would encourage them. Sorry, mommy. Can you hear me, ma?
Yeah.
Yes, another thing I think we encourage them is if somebody can start it, probably one parent, and then we put it out there. Maybe do a video of the books, and then use that to kind of encourage others to follow suit. I have bought some books personally
I will even start it. I will start it. I will give some donations. Let me just know what I want really encourage you. Yes, I was thinking about it now. I will see if you can give an idea of what are books that may interest them, buy some, and then we'll let them know why we want to do that. I think that's what we'll do. So when I come back, let's look for some books that we
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so we can use it to start.
All right, mommy. Thank you so much, ma'am. Somebody has a question.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Sorry, ma'am. Concerning the assignment, we should reduce the numbers of assignments. Now, these parents have bought a lot of textbooks. At the end of the term, if you don't use the textbook, it will still bounce back to the teachers that we are not making use of the textbook. And also the subject, we don't know how they can help us from next section. They reduce the subjects and also the textbooks.
Okay. You see what I will say. You see what I will say about that. Okay, you are still talking.
Ma, we didn't get the response. We didn't get your response, ma'am.
No, she was still talking, so I had to stop. I don't know if she was still talking.
Somebody asked me, one of the staff is asking me right now, is it the parents that will reduce the textbook or the subject? And I'm now responding to him that no, it's not the parents. If as the board chairman, if they can talk to the EC from next section, they should be able to, sorry, from next term, they are still on section. They should be able to reduce subjects and the textbook. I think we'll do better.
Okay, you know what we'll do?
Sorry, I need to come in now, ma. Yes, mommy, I'm here. I heard that. I think she forgot. Because that has been done already. The issue we had at the beginning of the session was that the list of books were released twice. The first list of books that were released they've been bought already by the parents. A lot of them already. Then another set of list of books were released, which had the reduced number of textbooks and subject as well. So we could not just go back on the first decision. We had to just go on with the first list of books. That is even why we still have this quantity of subjects they still offer up till now. Ideally, it has been reduced, but the parent has gone ahead to buy textbooks already to avoid issues with them. But they bought them, they cannot waste them. So we decided to just mute for now, keep mute for now until the next session.
You see, the keeping mute is what is causing the problem. If you have explained to them that they complain, and
the staff, I don't know why she's picking it up. I'm sure I've explained to the staff when we started. Did I? Please. Did I? I think we are aware. And the staff are aware, please. She forgot. She's here. She probably forgot.
Are we listening to me? The parents are the one complaining that the assignments are too many. If you have also let them know that they are complaining at which EC and EC has reduced the number of subjects, that you are sorry. Even though they are bought the books, but you will not be using so this one. It's better, you see, it's always better to communicate. Effective communication is always better. Because you see now see giving students, and now they are complaining that the work is too much. They are complaining even about the assignments. But it's okay because that was still the first step. You could have let them know that, okay, so you have bought the books better. This is what we'll be using. That the thing have been reduced. It's better to let them know, or you call a forum, you call a meeting, and then, okay, this is the situation. What do we do? Let them provide the solution by themselves. They can say, okay, we have bought the books. Okay, no problem. Children will read it, but let them do only the subject that they have been approved. And I think that would have been better. But it's okay. This one answers the question of the person that said that you should ask them to reduce the textbooks. So you go among yourself, know how you figure it out. But I still think you should let the parents know when such changes are made. And let even if you don't want to impose a decision on them, let it be you discuss with them. And then they will say, okay, we have bought these books. Okay, let us leave it. They will not tell you, why would they tell you to go and be getting the money back for them? Of course, they know they cannot be asking you to go and bring the money back for them now. So, but if they would have not been complaining that you are sick.
Mommy, sorry for interrupting, ma. Mommy, I actually put it on the platform as well. In fact, I sent in the new list of books, but the only thing we assured them is that the textbook that has been bought already will be used. Which I think is the fair thing on them as well.
Okay, no problem. Because they were not complaining, but please look into it. Then if you must even give them assignments in all subjects, maybe what you do, you can maybe instead of giving them like 5 or 6, give them like 2. So if you put the two together, maybe the test subject is 20. Instead of giving them 5, we will now give them like 50 or so. So I think, and you see there's a lot of difference between 50 and
exactly.
So I think that way you should also look at it and approach it, and then the parents will have less complaints. So that is it. But we will sell the idea of the books reading to them. I really always
I hear it. You can hear this, right?
You said?
I said the staff, they can hear that. I think that's where it concerns them.
Yes, that concerns them. So reduce the amount of the assignment, even if you must give enough subject, but reduce the number of practice they should do. So that way, at least by the time they even do for 5 weeks, they would have gotten all that you need for your CA. And you could still set aside days for the CA still. So if it is to cover whatever it is, we too will teach. At my level with master students, I know what I give them. I know the assignments I give them. I know what I give them because I also know they are doing other subjects, but I don't want them to be evaluated. Some of them are actually working. So if I could be considered for people that are in master's level, talk less of all these tiny human, like my daughter will call her children and say this minutes. So imagine all these tiny people. Because they are the one you get the assignment, but it's the parents that will do it. And they're already tired from work. So that's just it. So, and it works for everybody, because even you, it will make you to have to mark less. But you give them the core thing you want them to learn, and then they practice with it, and then it sticks. So, and that is it. So don't let us try and overburden these children. They are children. Let them remain children. Sincerely, what they should be learning is by play. It's by play, not heavy academic things. When they get to the stage of academic things, all the things they have learned by you, just be surprised the way to be popping up and helping them with the academics. So that is just it. Okay, if there's no teacher, please just remind me of all this when I come. So I'm recording the something. But most times I don't have time to go back and start watching. So please just take note and remind me. Anyone I've made that is a promise. Remind me so that when I come, I'll finish it by the close of it. Any other question? Okay, thank you very much. So I guess I'm free now. Okay, thank you very much. So you're welcome. So enjoy your program. So I guess I can go now, right?